As a leader, you are responsible for your people's development.
Always believe you were born to win. It's your right to win. Claim it, frame it, 'cause you were.
Year-end evaluations can be a powerful tool for growth. And if you're sitting in the leadership seat today, it is your responsibility to make sure that you adequately prepare to have these conversations. Remember, as a leader, you are responsible for your people's developments. Yes, they must execute, but at the end of the day, you need to be thoughtful about what each member on your team needs to do to take their game a little bit higher. They're looking to you, no matter how senior they may be. They're looking to you as the boss, as the leader, to help guide them in their overall development. Each of us have an opportunity to grow. Nobody is at the top of their game or they're at the epitome of their development because things are always changing. You've heard me say before that innovation is the dominant competitive parameter, and the pace of innovation has gone from 10 years to 5 years to 2 years to, frankly, about 10 months, which means we all have to continue to evolve. If you're choosing to wear the leader title, then you are responsible for your people's development. The year end is the time that you can culminate all the feedback because, frankly, as table stakes, you ought to be giving your people feedback at least once a quarter so that they know that they're on the right road and they feel good that they're continuing to grow, again, no matter how senior they might be. So in that year-end evaluation, as you are approaching that conversation, you want to do a little bit of homework. You want to speak to at least 3 people that your person has touched, especially senior people. You also want to talk to at least 3 people that they may be responsible for leading and managing to get a sense of how well they have shown initiative, how well they have communicated, how well they have played in the sandbox with other senior leaders. You want to understand from the junior people whether or not they feel that that person is developing them. You want to get some feedback on what have they learned over the course of this year. And obviously, if revenue is an important part of that person's overall development, you want to make sure that you understand whether or not they've met the numbers and how did they meet the numbers and what the client feedback might have been on them. And remember, there's internal clients and there are external clients. So if that person is in a position where they're dealing primarily with internal clients, like somebody in HR or somebody in legal, you want to make sure that their clients are also thinking about them and giving you very strong feedback. Now you prepare a quick analysis of their strengths, their weaknesses, and their overall accomplishments. But more importantly, when you prepare to sit down with that person, you want to be thoughtful about what you would like to see them do next year and what the organization might do to support them as they prosecute those endeavors. Now, as you sit down to have that conversation, you want to start first with, "Oh, James, tell me a little bit about your year. If you had to give me a summary of your year, good, bad, and ugly, talk to me about what that looks like." And you want to listen very closely because what you're listening for is whether or not the things they tell you line up with the work that you've already done. And you want to note where there are variances so that you can be very clear about talking about those things early on in the conversation. Remember, have these conversations throughout the year so that there are no surprises. If you didn't, then you want to talk about what you've observed over the course of the year, and you want to be very focused on your role in their development over this next year. Go get them.